Welcome to the EGP System Framework Agreement Creation by Procuring Entity how-to video. In this video, we shall cover the following: creating and approving framework agreement, creating and approving mini competition, creating purchase order. Note: only PE users with framework creation access level can create framework agreement. Now, let's get started. To log in as PE user, do the following: 1. Type the EGP System URL or link. 2. In landing page, select login menu item. 3. In first box of drop-down field, choose login type. Select login as procuring entity. 4. Then type in your username. 5. In the password field, type in your password. Note: if any of the box of fields are left unanswered, a prompt message will appear beneath the boxes and user will be asked for the certain field to be filled up. Also, if incorrect username or password is entered, a prompt message will be shown and user needs to enter the correct username and password. Now that you are logged in, let's create an approved framework agreement. To create an approved framework agreement, do the following: 1. Click menu at the top left corner of the dashboard. The system responds to the sub-menus for the framework agreement creator. 2. Click framework agreement menu. The system responds to the sub-menus under framework agreement. 3. Then click list view of evaluated bid notice, and the system responds to the list of the evaluated tenders ready for the creation of framework agreements to begin. 4. From the list, select the evaluated tender to create the framework agreement. Click select drop-down and the system responds to the option create framework agreement. 5. Click create framework agreement and the system responds to the framework agreement form. 6. Fill out the form with the correct details. After filling all the required fields, 7. Click save and the system responds to the confirmation message: do you want to save the framework agreement? 8. If yes, click yes. 9. Then click OK. Now, let us send this framework agreement for approval. 10. To send framework agreement for approval, upload the terms and conditions for the FAs, comment, and then select the FA approver. 11. To send framework agreement for approval, click send for approval and the system responds with a confirmation message: do you want to send framework for approval? 12. If yes, click yes and the system responds with the confirmation message. 13. Click OK. Now that we have sent the framework agreement for approval, let us see how to approve it. To approve a framework agreement, do the following: 1. Log into the system by selecting user type as procuring entity. Enter username and password. The system directs the user to the dashboard with the pending task. 2. Click menu at the top left corner of the dashboard. The system responds with the sub-menus for the framework agreement approval. 3. Click framework agreement menu. The system responds to the sub-menus under framework agreement. 4. Click pending framework agreement and the system responds to the list of framework agreements pending for approval. 5. To approve framework agreement, select the framework agreement from the list and click select drop-down. The system responds with two options: approve framework agreement and view comments. 6. Click approve framework agreements and the system responds to the framework agreement from the creator for approval. 7. Review the submission and click approve to approve and the system responds to the confirmation message: do you want to approve the framework agreement? 8. If yes, click yes and the system responds with a message confirming that the FA has been approved successfully. We have just succeeded in creating and approving a framework agreement. Now, let's create a mini competition. To create a mini competition, do the following: 1. Log in with your username and password. 2. Click menu at the top left corner of the dashboard. The system responds to the sub-menus for the mini competition creator. 3. Click framework agreement menu. The system responds to the sub-menus under framework agreement. 4. Click mini competition. The system responds to the framework agreement accepted by suppliers pending for mini competition creation. 5. To create mini competition, click select drop-down and the system responds with create mini competition. 6. Click on the create mini competition and the system responds with the form for mini competition creation. 7. Fill all the applicable fields and click save. The system responds with a confirmation message: do you want to save the mini competition? 8. If yes, click yes. 9. Then click OK. After creating a mini competition, it needs to be sent for approval. 10. To send mini competition for approval, mini competition creator must upload framework agreement, terms and conditions, other supporting documents if any, comment and select the approver. 11. Click Send for approval and the system responds with the confirmation message. Do you want to send mini competition for approval? 12. If yes, click Yes. 13. And then click OK. Let us see how you can approve mini competition. To approve mini competition, do the following. 1. Ensure to be logged in as procuring entity with approval rights. 2. Click menu at the top left corner of the dashboard. 3. Then click Framework Agreement menu. 4. From the sub-menus, click Pending Mini Competition and the system responds with a list of the mini competitions ready for approval. 5. To approve mini competition, click the Select drop-down and the system responds with two options, Approve Mini Competition and View Comments. 6. Click Approve Mini Competition and the system responds with the mini competition created by the creator for the suppliers. 7. Review the terms and conditions and then add comment. If the mini competition is ready for approval, click Approve and the system responds with a confirming message. Do you want to approve the competition? 8. If yes, click Yes. 9. Then click OK. The system redirects you to the approved mini competition page showing that the mini competition was approved. We have now successfully approved a mini competition ready for response from suppliers. Now, let us create a purchase order. To create a purchase order, do the following. 1. Log in as procuring entity with the purchase order creator. 2. Click menu at the top left corner of the dashboard. 3. From the list of menus, click Framework Agreement menu. The system responds with the sub-menus under Framework Agreement. 4. To proceed, click Purchase Order and the system responds with a list of tenders where the approved mini competitions are waiting for the purchase order to be created. 5. From the list, select the tender to create Purchase Order for by clicking Select and the system responds with two options, Create Purchase Order and View Comments. 6. Click Create Purchase Order and the system responds with the page to create purchase order. 7. Then click on Select Item for Purchase Order. Note, you may also update the line items by clicking Edit. 8. Enter comment and then click Submit. 9. Click OK and the system redirects to the approved purchase orders page. Here we go. For more details, please visit the resources page on the EGP portal.